Now, we begin.
Hey YouTube, it's Dirty Mobs, and today I wanted to make a little bit different of a video. My mother recently found our Pokemon collection from me and my brother when we were kids, and they've been in our closet for 20 years, so I thought it'd be a cool thing to go through them. That's what I've been working on lately, just as for a fun thing, and they're in surprisingly good condition. Now, we never played Pokemon, we just collected the cards. So even for 6 and 7-year-olds, they're actually in pretty good shape. We kept them in these binders here, the Pokemon binders. Some of y'all may have even had some of these, and here I'll show you. Just kind of, this is what they were sitting in for so long. Now I have taken out the holographic ones, the ones that are really worth something, and those are what I'll be showing y'all today. I'm going to do them in reverse chronological order, so we'll start with Fossil, then Jungle, and then we'll go into the base set. And I'll save the first editions for last, as well as the starter holographic Pokemon, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizards. We got some of all of those, so I'll be showing all those. And at the very end, maybe I'll throw in some Yu-Gi-Oh cards I have. We got like 10 good ones that I've also found, and I'll just add them as a bonus. Hey, why not? Now we'll start with the Fossil collection. This was the latest of the 3 sets I have that to be released. This was released in about October of 1999. And I think the reason I have so many fossils, and almost all of my first edition cards will be fossil as well when we get to them, is I think my mother got us first edition fossil booster boxes for Christmas. I think we got one, me and my brother both got one each, which obviously would have been very exciting at the time. And it's cool now because I have all the cards. To start, I have the Articuno. The quality on these cards is so nice. I was really shocked by how... This is actually one of the more egregious things I have. You see right there, there's a crease in this card. But most of these cards... Here we go. That was bad timing. You can see the centering is pretty good. Not too many issues with them. Ditto here. A few Gengars. Oh yeah, we have 3 Gengars. Some Capitops. A Lapras, such a cool card. Very Loch Ness monstery. Magneton, very pop. I have a lot of Magneton pulls. Moltres, I always liked Moltres. I just love the fiery bird, the fire in the background. Muck, interesting. A very gloopy card. Of course, Raichu, very cool card. Pokemon really did have it together when they were getting into the Pokemon card game, weren't they? Or trading card game, rather. Zapdos. And then we just have a couple more Zapdoses. And let's see if I can get this focus real quick. Boom. And there's the whole fossil set. Next is the Jungle set, released in, I believe, July of 1999. And these are ordered based on the number in the bottom right corner, their number in the set. So that's how they're ordered as well. So we have Clefable, Electrode, Flareon, Jolteon. I love the EV evolutions. Jolteon, Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime, a very strange character, Nidoqueen, Pidgeot, Pinsir, Vaporeon. I'm surprised that this one came so much later in the set as far as the numbering goes, considering its sibling evolutions were much earlier and together. Victory Bell, Vileplume, and a Wigglytuff. So there is the entire Jungle set. Let me get it in focus. Next, we'll do the base set, and then we'll get into first editions and the starter Pokemon cards that I have. So we'll start with Alakazam, a couple of Chanseys, Clefairy, a couple of Gyarados, Hitmonchan, Magneton, Mewtwo, 2 Mewtwo's, with 3 Nidokings, 3 Ninetales. Two Polyrats. I'll move my finger out of the way. A couple of Raichus. And a few Zapdos. And there is our entire base set collection of holographics. Next, we'll be hopping into the first edition cards I have. And I'll start with some non-holographics. It's not too many of these, but there are non-holographic rares, and I think they're still worthy of mentioning. We have a first edition. You'll note the first edition here on the left. Aerodactyl. Articunos. Very pretty. Dragonite. Very cool card. Really like that one. Hypno. First edition Lapras, Raichu, and Zapdos. So these are our first edition non-holographic. Again, not too many of them, but worthy of mentioning nonetheless. Now into the first edition holographic, and they're mostly fossil collection, fossil set, but there are a couple. There's only one Pokemon from the base set, and you'll see him You'll pretty much know when we get them, but you'll note the first edition here in the bottom left corner. So you have Aerodactyl, Articuno. Again, the Articunos did get the bend in them. I'm really sad about that. A beautiful first edition Ditto. I'll kind of move it around. I'll try to show y'all there's really not much to complain about here. I am gonna get these graded. The Dragonite holographic, another beautiful card. Yeah, I'll be getting these graded for sure. And we'll see how good they really are. Some Gengars. Oh, one Gengar. Haunter. Oh, two Haunters. Okay. Can't remember which one I had multiple of. Hypno. These psychic ones are pop up pretty often. Yeah, so got a couple of them. Here's our first edition base set, Machamp. I'm pretty sure Machamp is always like a pretty common one though to pull. So even I have a couple of them. Now this makes me wonder if I did have a first edition base set somewhere and maybe I have more cards hidden away. I'm constantly bugging my parents, hey, if you see any more cards, please let me know. Oh, the Lapras, again, beautiful card. It's very cool. So it's been a lot of fun going through these, a very nostalgic trip for me. Moltres, I mentioned earlier, I really like this card. And then a first edition Raichu. Again, these are all fossil, so they'll be out of 62 in the bottom right corner. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to forget you, Zapdos. And so here is our collection of first edition fossil, for the most part, with the Machamp in the middle. Now, before we hop into the grand finale, I did mention some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We did start collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the mid-2000s as well, after the Pokemon phase. So to first, we have the Dark Magician. This is the SDY006 from the starter deck. I forget what the Y is for. We have two of those. Okay, first edition Blackluster Soldier. I just thought this was a cool card. This is SYE, I believe, is the code on that one. Shinato, King of a Higher Plane, first edition as well. Just cool holographic first edition cards. Paladin of White Dragon, first edition as well. Some of these aren't first edition, some of these aren't. Our first left leg of the Forbidden One, again, non-first edition. This is from the Legend of Blue Eyes collection. We have actually two of those. Then we have, of course, Exodia, the Forbidden One. Very cool. I believe we had all the pieces at one point, so I'm really curious. These Yu-Gi-Oh cards came up a few days after the Pokemon cards, so it's like I'm constantly getting a few updates about new cards that have been found in the house. We have two of the Red Eyes Black Dragon first editions from the starter deck Joey. And these are in beautiful condition, so they will be graded. We have a Blue Eyes White Dragon, Legend of Blue Eyes 001. Non-first edition, but a pretty cool card nonetheless. My personal favorite, the beautiful starter deck. Is it Koibu? I'm thinking of Koibu, the D&D guy. I'm losing it right now, but the Blue Eyes White Dragon. One of these was actually in a case for 20 years. 15 years, I guess. And I took it out, put it in one of these sleeves because I'll be sending it in to be graded. And one of them actually wasn't in a case, but they're almost near identical. So it's very, very cool. Very excited to see what the grade on these end up being. And we'll focus this real quick. Alright, now for the grand finale. Some base set, very cool cards we've got here. We'll start with the Venusaur. I'll try to move it around. The backs are about in the same condition as the front. I rather would not take them out of their sleeves, so I'm going to keep them in there. So we have a Venusaur here. I was always a Blastoise, or I was always a Squirtle guy myself, so of course I was naturally favored. Blastoise. I've got a couple of these. Very cool. Look at him. He's so happy. You can't help but love him. Oh, that's right. I have two of those. Again, they're in about... All the cards are in similar condition for the most part. There's a couple of outliers that are in worse condition. Oh, and then the Holy Grail. The Charizard. And if one wasn't cool enough, me and my brother both had one. So we have two total. Anyways, that's the collection. That's all the cards I have for us today. Thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun going through the nostalgic kick of finding these cards and kind of reliving that area of my life. I'll be trying to maybe I'll make some more Pokemon related content or Yu-Gi-Oh! Depending on what I find. I'm sure more cards will pop up around my parents' house in the near future. And even if not, I might start garage sale hunting or something like that. Even if I only find like one good collection a year or a set of cards a year. It could be fun. I think that's the only good way to probably find cards nowadays if you're not going to just buy them outright to collect. I am starting to get into the Champions Path. I've been trying to find some Elite Trainer boxes, but as y'all know, those have been near impossible to find. But it's been a lot of fun. Part of the fun is the hunt, after all. So be sure to like and subscribe. I normally do League of Legends content. I'm going to allow a one trick, but maybe we'll do some fun Pokemon related stuff too, because it's a pretty neat hobby. But I'll see y'all next time.